Well, hey, welcome to another video. This video is a little bit different. Today we have a quick little podcast. I have with me the one and only Zeth and AJ. Hello, you guys.
Hello. Salutations.
So we're just going to have a quick conversation just about production, whatever comes to mind. We are sitting backstage right now at our Goodyear campus. Sometimes, depending on the day of the week, there's a lot of traffic that comes through this hallway. So we may have a special guest if they walk through. We're just going to invite them in and ask them a couple questions.
Or we won't.
Or we won't. We'll just look at them and let them go. But before we get into it, guys, I want to know just right now, how are you guys doing? How's your week been? And what kind of stuff are you working on this week?
This week's been good. It's Wednesday. And, it's halfway through the week. We've had a bunch of video shoots. If you guys saw last week's video, we had a video shoot every single day. It was great. We knocked them all out. Even if we were out in the heat, it was still fun. It is what it is. But, we got to do everything for the glory of God. So we got all those videos done. We had a couple more this week. I had some this morning for Block Party. Week's going good. Just filming some stuff. We've got one more video shoot tomorrow night, and then that's it for the week.
I'm having a good week so far. Yesterday, first part of the day, just knocked out a bunch of the baptism videos, learned some new DaVinci shortcuts, made that pretty quick. It was pretty fun. Today, filming this, but also, something weird no one may think about. I don't think if anyone saw me, but I used WD-40 on all the doors in the worship center. They creak sometimes and they're really loud and they're kind of distracting. So I went around and I put WD-40 on all the hinges.
That's so awesome. If I could spend like an hour in your mind, I think
Lost.
I would learn a lot of new things about you, even though I know you pretty well, but I did not expect that. Well, thanks for greasing the doors.
Was that in your Asana? I didn't see
that. No, there was one door. The door that goes into the green room, if you shut it, it just starts creaking really loud. And I was like, I might as well just check all of them. So
well, thanks for doing that.
The things you don't see.
Yeah, those are the things you don't see in behind the scenes production.
Let me tell you, no one's gonna notice, but now that you said it,
anyone who watches will realize that the doors are a little quieter. Yeah.
So now when you come to church this weekend, if you're at the Goodyear campus, you can open up the door and be like, wow, they really fixed that squeaky door. So if only they could turn down the music when we're doing worship. So all right, so as we jump into this, there's a lot of stuff that we do. We like AJ talked about, we shoot a lot of videos during the week, a lot of special projects, but I want to kind of shift over to just Sundays and Saturdays, just talking about the weekend, because all of the stuff that we do leads up to our weekend worship service. So I want to know, Zeth, we'll probably just start with you because of Saturday night services, but what does a typical Saturday look like for you, even before you even get to church?
Yeah, I wake up. No alarm.
Good.
Most times, just maybe 8 or 9, unless we're doing something in the morning. But get up, just have breakfast with my wife, just hang out. For the most part, kind of just chilling. I think this last Saturday we went to Target and Home Depot, just got some stuff, did some grocery shopping.
What'd you get at Home Depot?
Home Depot, I bought 2 2-foot PVC pipes, a T-joint, and 3 caps. It's I built a physical therapy thing to help stretch out my shoulder that they use at PT.
Wow.
They have the same thing. It's just PVC pipe. I made my own that I could be a good patient. a good patient. But I'll usually get to the church around noon or 12:30, which is really early. But I like just being here, getting everything turned on,
greasing the doors.
Greasing the doors.
Yep.
Exactly. I do it every single Saturday. I just like being here really early just to check everything, make sure things are good, so I'm not in a rush. And then rehearsal will start. I'm kind of just around, just making sure things are running smoothly. I'll run sound check. And then after sound check, we have a tech rehearsal on Saturdays. So that's new, I guess, new to Saturday. We'll do an entire run-through of service with all of our positions. We'll run it just like it's service, so that if there's anything wrong with Pro Presenter, or we don't like the flow of service, or there's things that we kind of want to change, we have that opportunity to do that before the first service. And then we'll have our production meeting right before that. And then we'll have both services. Then after that, I kind of just make sure things are set up for Sunday. Things are torn down, batteries are charging, things are exactly how I found them, so that when Anna comes in, everything's good to go. So yeah.
What time are you typically like back home after everything on Saturday night after services?
I'm usually home around like 7:30 to 8. Just kind of depends if I'm like tearing stuff down or getting things done. So yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. What about you, AJ?
So let's see. I'm here sometimes on most Saturdays now, just in a support for Zeth and wherever he needs me. I normally get here at 3, and I'll either run sound, lights, I'll switch in direct, maybe run a camera. But mainly I'm here on Sundays. Sundays are a little bit more relaxed for me. I've got a volunteer that helps me.
What time do you wake up?
Oh,
That's a good question.
5 minutes before I need to leave.
Great.
Let's see. I normally get here around 7:30. So I'll wake up at 6:30. I'll pick up Anna.
7:25.
No. Pick up Anna. We'll go get some coffee. And then get here around maybe 7:20, 7:30-ish. I'll set up this camera actually that I'm looking at. I'll set up this camera to get it ready for filming the reel, or if we have Joaquin, who is our Sunday reel volunteer.
Specialist.
Our real specialist.
Our reel specialist. So the reels that you guys see on Sundays after church, most of the time that's made by Joaquin or myself. And yeah, I just go around on Sundays, talk to some volunteers and just some other people that are just walking around the church. Some people they'll see the camera, they'll either be a little scared or they like to come up and ask questions about it. It's only happened a couple times. I don't know if I'm scary or if the camera's scary, but they're a little timid when they first come up.
It's the camera.
Yeah. So yeah, do the reel, and then either I'll edit the reel myself or Joaquin will, and I'm typically out of here by 1:30-ish on a longer day or 2.
That's awesome. Thanks for doing all that on Sundays.
Of course. Thanks for assigning it to me.
Mm-hmm. My Sundays, I kind of have 2 different looking Sundays. If I'm leading worship, then my focus is solely on getting to campus and just leading worship, and that's pretty much all I focus on. But on the production side of things, I'm up at about 5 a.m. on Sundays.
That's early.
First thing I do, I read my Bible.
It's a good time.
Come on.
And I'll do a little bit of just preparation, just packing up things, getting my computer bag and stuff, and then I try to get out of the house as early as I can so that I can go and help with setup out in Buckeye or coming over here to Goodyear, but that's not always the case just because I have young kids. So if everything's running really smoothly, like on all of our campuses, I may be getting to church a little bit later, but I'm typically getting to church around between 6 and 7. We haven't really had too many big major technical issues. A lot of times on my weekends when we do have technical issues, myself or Zeth will get a text message, and then we're just trying to figure out who's closest to the problem so we can go and fix it. So if it's at a different campus, I'm reaching out to these guys, asking them hey, are you almost there? Or can you go take a look at this? And it's also vice versa. Sometimes Zeth will get text messages, but the problem is wherever I'm located, and then so Zeth will be hey, can you go over to this room and fix whatever problem. So a lot of my Sunday mornings are spent doing that. And then once services get going, once they're smooth, running smooth, then I'm just hanging out. A lot of times I'm just in the lobby, talking to people, catching up, shaking hands, saying hello to volunteers. And then I'll come back to the office, or I'll sit on my computer and I'll just do a little bit of prep work for the week. So I'll plan for our team meetings that we have on Tuesdays. I will turn in my receipts for Miss Cheryl.
My mother?
Cheryl.
So, but I don't do that every Sunday, so I probably can get better at that. But then, I just go through the weekend. I'm typically done and home by 1:30. And after that, I'm just chilling at home with the family. I do not get the luxury of having a Sunday nap afterwards because with young kids, they do not allow that to happen. So I'm powering through after a long day. But just hanging out with the family. Sometimes we'll go over. I'll visit like my parents on Sundays, and that's kind of like my ability to take a nap, because I don't take a nap, but like I can just sit on the couch and the girls will
Take a
just
nap
play.
in your
The girls
own
will just
bedroom.
play with their grandparents with my parents. So we'll do that until Sunday afternoon, and then we'll just kind of get the house ready for the week, and that's pretty much it. So
What time do you go to bed on Sunday
like
after not getting a nap?
probably like 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention of like what I also do on Sundays. I lead the photography team, so I've also got to make sure I prep the cameras and stuff. Yeah, I got to prep those, get those ready. SD cards. Anna actually gets the SD cards ready.
So speaking of all of our amazing volunteers,
Yes.
who's a volunteer or a couple of volunteer people that you'd like to shout out and just show them some love, because we have an amazing team of volunteers here at church.
I'm shouting out. Which camera do I want to look at? Zach Balsley. Dude, you're amazing. This guy, I've known him for a long time, since like high school, middle school, kind of friends, like back in students, just knew him. And then just recently, probably like a year ago, I saw his Instagram. He was like running sound out in New York, and I was like, this guy is in the same world as us? I didn't know that. So he came back here. He's like, yeah, I moved back, got him into serving. He's here serving on Saturdays in sound. This weekend he's going to be on lights. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm putting him back on sound because I had some volunteers decline. But yeah, I feel like Zach is also more than capable to like fix things, and he kind of understands the whole AV world, because that's his full-time job, working in AV. But yeah, this guy's awesome. I can ask him to do certain things that, I can't ask all of our normal sound volunteers to do, and he just gets it. He knows it. He's always willing to serve, always willing to be here. So yeah, that guy's awesome.
I want to shout out Adam on our photography team. He's kind of new to the photography team. He's been on for maybe like a month and a half or so. But he's just been killing it. He's been super consistent. He's been super open to just serving every weekend and coming up, grabbing a camera, and just taking photos during Saturday night services. And that's one thing I was kind of worried about Saturdays is who's going to take photos on Saturdays. Like, I thought I was going to have to come in, or if Anna was going to have to come in and take photos. So yeah, Adam, you're doing a great job. Keep up the great work. I also want to shout out Joaquin Tallman. He has been killing it. I remember when he first started, he was kind of just learning about the whole photography and videography world. But where he's at now, he's grown tremendously and is killing it with the reels and also doing stuff like on the side for himself. Joaquin, we are just so grateful for you and just impressed of how fast you learned everything, and keep up the great work. So
Feel better soon.
yeah, feel better.
Oh, yes.
Poor Joaquin. His shoulder.
I would love to shout out 2 people out at our Buckeye campus. The first one is Carrie, Miss Carrie. You do such an incredible job. She has been so consistent over the years, serving faithfully. She runs Pro Presenter and then is also learning other positions right now, like lighting, I believe. She learning lighting? Yeah. Carrie does an incredible job, and she's just always a smiling face, always ready to give hugs, and just has a great attitude and super consistent just at our church out in Buckeye. And I also, Misael came to mind as well. He's in high school, but he's also been serving and learning production and kind of getting into that whole world as well. So he runs sound out in Buckeye, and he's just awesome. He's learning so much. He's doing such a great job. I love just how consistent our team of people are out in Buckeye. We have some amazing volunteers. So those are just 2 people that came to mind, but I love all of our teams. I get to spend a lot of time out in Buckeye, and the team out there is awesome. From setup and teardown to running the service, from having limited air conditioning in the room sometimes because it can get hot in there. They just serve so faithfully, and I really appreciate just all of our volunteers and all of our teams that make the weekend happen.
We love our volunteers.
Yes, we do.
We were all volunteers at one point. Well,
Yes,
you and
we
I
were.
were. I don't know about
Not
Jared.
too.
Volunteer,
You were?
yeah.
Yeah.
Jared got hired
we
at
were
16.
all volunteers.
Yeah.
You and I were interns. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
I have a question for you guys.
Great.
I really want to hear your guys' answers because I don't think I would know, even just guessing. What is one piece of gear you guys cannot live without? Like something production related, work related.
Probably just does the phone count, or is that kind of
Nah,
computer?
Yeah,
I couldn't live without the computer.
Yeah.
Use the computer for. I tried to go, and I say that just because for a season of time, I tried to go no MacBook and
That's
just
right,
be an
I
iPad
remember
guy,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it only worked for a little bit, and
You
we
just
just
can't.
had to come back. So that's my
Yeah.
answer.
You can't with what we do. I would say my lights.
Your lights?
Yeah, like all of these.
Which lights specifically?
Like this one right here, this purple one.
Like the
The
purple one,
the blue
one.
I'm just saying like all of the lights that I use
okay.
for the video shoots.
Yeah.
I don't think I could live without those for video shoots, because lighting is so key
Yeah.
to a video shoot.
Yeah.
Like if we turn off all these lights and just turn on the fluorescence, this video would look.
Yeah.
But Gerrod and Zeth set up these lights while I was doing some other video stuff, and it looks phenomenal. I don't think I could live without them.
Yeah, Gerrod set them up. I put
Looks
them
alright.
on the Drake. I just put them up there and that was it.
Looks pretty good.
He adjusted it.
I like them.
My piece of gear, I don't think I could live without even
Dante.
normal life. Not Dante. Well, yeah. But what came to mind was this. My flashlight. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to get you guys.
Okay.
This light, like I bought this. It's a little expensive. It was like $80 or $90. It's a Streamlight wedge, but it's like perfect, slim little light. Has like a normal mode, bright mode. Probably the best thing ever, because I also got one for Gerrod. My dad got one, and AJ bought one.
Do you have yours?
Mine's
So,
in the truck
like,
right now.
Everyone has one of these, but I probably use this, like I'm not even kidding, like every single day for anything.
I wish
part
I
of my
had- Wish I had
EDC.
mine.
For just looking at stuff. So, yeah, I don't think I could live without this flashlight, especially in the worship center when things are not going great.
Yep.
I gotta look at cables,
like a chroma key.
And it's dark, like a
Not
chroma
working.
key. I gotta light it up real quick, and then it just goes back in the pocket.
Stuck.
Very slim, very nice. Yeah,
It's a good answer. I love mine.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Love
do
it.
too.
Especially when I'm out in Buckeye, like walking behind the curtains backstage.
Yeah.
I just
Just shine at
pull
the
it
floor.
out,
Yeah.
looking at everything. Speaking about the gear, one of the things that I've been like wanting to ask you guys, but I haven't yet, so I figured this might be a good.
Oh, no.
We're buying more
no.
gear?
No,
Stop.
we're not.
Is it
One
more
of the things
lights?
I've been wanting to ask you, because I've been doing these videos, filming some of these, and it's just like we've had some extra time right now, so trying to be consistent, doing some videos. But I understand, and I want you to know very clearly on the record that this may not be like an ongoing thing. Like there's going to be some seasons like where we're not making videos like this, where we don't have the extra time. But
I don't know how we've had the extra time, honestly. We've had video shoots every week.
I don't know. I just find time to do it. But so I want to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much it bothers you sometimes inside when you see me just filming with my phone.
11.
Wow.
When you know that we have all of this other gear and these mics, and I'm over here just grandpa
okay.
mode and pulling
11.
out my phone, and then you see it
I
go
thought
live
about
on
it
YouTube. So tell me about it.
The Dante video.
Yeah.
You were like, you set up your phone with a tripod, and in my head, like I saw my camera, and I was like, really, but I'd be like, can we shut that up really quick? Can we just put it on a tripod real fast? Like it's already built, it's already ready to go. But I didn't say anything because I'm like, I get it. It's convenient. It's quick. It's easy.
Yeah.
But also,
I'm so glad I asked this question.
yeah, it does bother me a little bit.
It doesn't really bother me as much, just because like when I was like first, like I'm like, man, I want to be a YouTuber. Everyone's saying like, you don't need to go out and buy a fancy old camera. You've got a camera in your pocket. Just pull that out and
So
use it.
I'm a proof of concept for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
if you want to start making videos, just throw your camera in cinematic mode, turn your phone upside down,
Yeah.
and go shoot
And
a
the
car
phones
edit.
can shoot and log
I don't
now,
even do
too.
that. I'm just
Yeah.
using the front-facing camera.
I know. I would say that kind of bothers me a little bit, because the front camera is worse, and but the back camera is much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, now that I've got access to like these types of cameras, I would prefer to use this camera. But for what you're doing, I think it's perfect. And eventually, maybe you will start using a camera whether that's using
Yeah.
Zeths or whatever.
Maybe I know, but we have this stuff. But every time it's like, then I gotta like make sure card's in there and it's good to go, and then like pull out the mics and like, where's the battery at? I don't know where all these batteries are at. Like I was asking for a battery for this one, you pulled it out of your backpack. So
I was using it for another shoot this morning.
So that's why I'm just like, boom, pull it open and whatnot. But I'm so glad I got to ask that question. I'm so glad that it bothers
I have
you.
a camera recommendation for you.
Yes.
The Insta 360, the Ace Pro 2. I think that's what it's called.
I would say a Canon
It's
G7X
like no, it's just like the
Mark II.
GoPro equivalent. I actually like it better than the GoPro. We tried it at NAB. But like you could just put the handle on it and just hold it out in front of you and it's got good video.
I do need
Just
something
leave a
like
battery in it, leave the card in like a big card.
I do need something
Hit
like
record
that.
whenever. It'd be perfect.
I would
It's
say a Canon
small.
G7X.
Mhm.
That was like back in like 2017 when like every single YouTuber was vlogging. That's the camera they use, and it looks really good, and the price has gone down significantly on it. It used to be like $1,200, $1,500. Now I think it's like $500.
Well, my camera's in my pocket,
Yep.
and that's probably what I'm
Yeah.
going to be using. So
Ladies and
Max.
gentlemen, we have our first guest.
we have our first
Max.
guest. Max, come sit down on the couch.
Come sit.
Come take a seat. No, you have to go to the chair.
No, there's
wait,
no one in.
middle.
There's no.
There's
You're
no
right here,
camera.
Max. Zeth will share his mic with you.
Watch out.
Claps all around, everyone. Max Swanson.
Max, how are you doing? What are you up to today? Where are you coming from? Where are you going? And how much time are we wasting of yours right now?
Yeah, man. Hey, just a privilege to be here, right? So excited finally to be a guest on this podcast. So cool. Come from Dave's Hot Chicken.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Who'd you go to Dave's Hot Chicken with?
That's awesome.
My wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick invite.
Well, you know, Hey.
What'd you get at Dave's?
I got their
AJ loves Dave's.
Their 2 slider combo with some fries, and I split that with my wife.
That's awesome.
What kind of spice?
Oh yeah,
Medium.
what's
It's
this?
our first time going. So
Okay,
wanna
yeah.
just test the waters.
Cool. Will you go back?
Yeah, definitely.
Did
Nice.
you put honey in the sauce on the slider?
No honey, but the sauce. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you gotta put the honey on there.
Good to know.
Something to try next time.
We'll try. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Fire.
What are you working on today, right now?
Yeah, working on some new iterations for some deliverables for the campus.
Very corporate. Deliverables.
Yes,
Okay.
deliverables.
Iterations.
Yeah, iterations as well. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You know what's funny? I was gonna lean over. What's iterations?
Oh my goodness. Max sits in our office and deals with all of our shenanigans.
Yep.
I'm sorry for you having to put up with all of our craziness, but
Nothing new.
tell the world about what it's like working in the office with us crazies.
It's inspiring because they get so much stuff done, but it's also like
I don't feel like I do. I'm just kidding.
how can someone be so dumb?
Wow. Our first guest, everyone. Thank you. Okay, bye, Max.
That's hilarious. Well, Max, thanks so much. I'm so
you're
glad
funny.
that you got to enjoy.
You're funny.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate. Yeah.
Hey, if you want to be back
This
on
is why
the
you're-
pod,
this is
just
why you're
let us
awesome.
know.
All right.
Just
Oh
maybe
my
like lean
goodness.
over. I sit right next to you, so.
That's right.
Yes.
You know what? You know where to find me.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, we'll see you later.
Bye, Max.
Oh my goodness. Anais just started walking by.
Whoa.
Anais.
That's
come
crazy.
in. Come in.
That's crazy.
Come in. You can sit in the
You can
middle
sit
this
next
time.
to this dude right here,
Right here.
whoever this guy is.
She's coming in. She was just happened to be walking by. So AJ will share his mic with you. Many of you may know Anais.
Okay.
Anais oversees all of our social media for our adult worship page, for our adult service. I don't know what we call it. Our just main Palm Valley
main
Church page.
page.
So Anais, thanks so much for doing that. Or we just call her Anna. So,
You're welcome.
or as Cora says, Princess Anna.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, is that Princess Anna?
That's me.
What are you working on today?
I just sorted through some photos. No. I finished editing some photos, and then I was looking at some old footage for maybe a Flashback Friday post. Hashtag we should do it.
I'll add a little clip of that in the podcast.
Hashtag we should do it.
Oh my gosh. That was so 2014.
It was so good. Hashtag so good.
Yes.
Hashtag I scream.
You
Hashtag
can-
you scream.
you can s-
Hashtag they looking at us weird.
Stop.
Okay, tell us a little bit before you go back to whatever it is that you were doing, but like, what is kind of your thought process in planning for our social media, for like the calendar for the week, and all of that goes into that. What goes on in your mind?
Yes, good question. Yes, really good question that you just asked. So usually it's like a formula I have. So like Sundays are always the recap reels, so like AJ or
Joaquin.
That's a new nickname.
Walk Queen.
Joaquin. Joaquin is like they're filming, and then that's like that. Then Mondays are usually like the message recap reels. So like the previous Sunday will be posted on Monday. And then Tuesdays I usually save for like announcements. So like what's going on in our church. Like this Sunday we have Intro to PVC going on in Buckeye. So I made a little announcement to that so that people are aware, just in case they don't check out the Church Center app. It's a really good way to stay up to date. Wednesdays are usually like midweek encouragement. So I usually will do like a carousel of like encouraging posts, some biblical references, just to kind of help the congregation, like maybe help them in getting better with reading the word or whatever the case may be. Thursday usually will just be like a carousel of photos that are taken by our photography team. They do an exquisite job. Friday, they were saved for Saturday invites, but I'm thinking about just moving it to just on Saturday only doing the invites to church because it still gets posted before Saturday night services, so might as well. It'll still get posted before. So Fridays, we are thinking of doing something else for Fridays, but you'll just have to keep up with the social media to like know what's going on. And then same thing. So it's usually just like like follow like the Instagram page, my TikTok.
Yes.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that
Subscribe
one.
to the YouTube
I
channel.
don't know about that one.
I don't know.
Thanks for the plug.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's so awesome. Yes,
Yeah.
it's really cool. We've been able to establish a structure for our social media pages. So it's like a template that we're able to follow, and then sometimes we'll tweak it if something comes up that's needed,
Yeah.
like, hey, we need a post like this that comes up. But right now, social media, it all flows through our team. I work really closely with Anna on planning the, like, where we're going for, like, the future posts and whatnot, but she just runs with it. So she's thinking of ideas. We have a funny little group chat that's, like, half memes, just with, like, all of us, where we're just, like, sending just, like, ideas and this would be fun to do, this would be cool to do, and
The
so we'll go
trends.
back, all the trends, and so we'll go back and sometimes make those happen. So
Yeah.
Anais, thanks so much for popping in and
you.
sharing with us a little bit about what your world
Awesome.
looks like within
Oh.
the PCM team.
Great. There you go.
Thank you.
See
Great.
you later, alligator.
See you later, Stinky.
See you later, stinky.
Well, any parting thoughts, guys?
No, but this was fun.
Yeah,
This was very fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
For
Maybe I'll
us.
come more prepared,
For us.
Maybe not
Maybe-
for you. You guys are like,
Yeah.
but this was boring. I promise.
Worst 40 minutes of my life.
We'll get back to doing some fun stuff, some office challenges, some kind of like day in the life of what we have going on. But we had a little bit of time to record this week. So, one, I want to say thanks so much for watching. We have some faithful viewers that tune in every Friday. So, shout out to you guys.
It's like their morning news.
There you
Yep.
go. We're excited
glad
for
I'm
next week.
watching
If
my
you have
show.
other ideas or other stuff that you'd like for us to do, feel free to drop a comment below. We would love to know more about what you might be interested in or what else you'd like to see here in production. The goal is to do a video every single week. So,
Or if you guys want us to do another podcast.
there's a lot of opportunities.
maybe-
so-
Yeah.
we can, if there's enough questions, and we can maybe answer those questions in another podcast, because I've been saying this for a long time, that we should do a podcast, and
Here we are.
here we are.
Here we are.
We'll do it again.
Yep.
This is fun.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. Is that a thing? And
Something
we
like
will
that.
see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. This has been our best video yet.
See ya.
Peace.